there. I am wearing the Lilian. Oh, I'm speaking to nobody at the moment though, so maybe I should wait and talk about that once we have got more than 0 people joining me. Got everything ready and we'll wait for the room to fill up. I think we've just got Rosie currently in the room. It's just Rosie. Others will be coming. What I forget when I do these lives is that people are watching this after. In fact, most people watch this after the live. And so they're like, come on, Lisa, get on with it. You know, faffing around. But obviously I need to wait for the live people. Here we go. Hello. Thank you for saying hi. Let's see who we've got here with us today. Hello, Ellen. And I know my Daisy, I can't remember your name, but I know it's not my Daisy. But hello. I recognise your handle. Hello in Canada, snowy Canada. Oh, yeah, our lovely, hi there. Our lovely is Paulette. Thank you, Paulette. That's it, I remember now. Yep, we've got our lovely Nicole in Canada now. Hello in Mallorca. Hi, Noelia. Hi, Maureen. Oh, nice to see some of you up there. Hello, Alison. So today we are going to be sewing our newest pattern, which is the Lilian Blouse. And you might think that I'm not wearing it, but I am. I have got it on with my dungarees and I love it with these. So I'm really embracing the kind of vintagey sort of land girl vibe. So I've got a nice headscarf in there and I have also got my fitted Lilian blouse. So in terms of like it's long enough that it sort of tucks in there, which is great. And yeah, really gonna wear it a lot. Hello in York in Escrick. So yes, so this is the version that we will have seen. I think I wore it with Peggy trousers in the photos, yeah. So this is a lovely viscose and we don't have it in the black, but we do have the navy still. So if you're interested, I'm sure links will be going up to everything. You'll see that Rosie's there answering your questions. So do feel free to put questions in there. And if you're new to the Sewalongs live and you're wondering who will answer your questions, most often at the time, Rosie will answer them in the chat because I won't see them. Oh, hi, Lorianne. We did actually mention you earlier and we thought, oh, I wonder what time it is for Lorianne now because we've gone about half an hour earlier today. Sorry about that. It's my fault. I'm meeting my sister. She's come down for, my sister lives in Portugal, but it's their half term at the moment. So she has come down to London today and I've got to go pick her and my niece and nephew up. So that's why we've shuffled it along or a bit earlier. So you'll also see the lovely, this version, it's a little bit creased. This is the Atelier Brunette fabric, which I absolutely love, but it does crease quite easily. But this was the version that Kat wore, which is the front cover, I think. Anyway, so many of you have loved Lilian and we're so chuffed. Sometimes we have a kind of idea about how a pattern's going to do, and I think we called it with a stell. We thought that would be popular and it was. But we didn't call this one. We weren't sure how it would be received, whether people were really into blouse making, separate making at the moment. Turns out you are. And I think by just wearing it, I did a styling video and stupidly I forgot to put the dungarees with it in that video, but it's on the grid. And I just by styling it for that purpose, I realised how versatile she is, how you can make her look kind of officey or going out smart, and then very much wear her in the day casual as well. And she, to me, I prefer her to Libby because Libby is great, but she's cropped, and because she's cropped, you have to have the right height jeans or whatever you wear with her, and also she's not really suitable for this time of year. But Lilian, move aside, Libby. Lilian's your girl. She's gonna get you through the colder months. Anyway. So I have got a version here that actually Rosie has already started to make when she was doing something for the
tutorial for Stitch School.
Tutorial for Stitch School, which is out.
Yeah.
Which we'll link towards. So we've already got it to this stage, which I know is a bit unfair because you won't be at this stage. And if anyone is sewing along, I'm not going to be doing the collar with you. I'm going to be doing the darts, which is actually the first thing that you would do So apart from stay stitching, so we're kind of doing it, but you'll be like, well, mine doesn't look like that because you're out of your shoulder seams and things stuck together. But we're going to do the darts. Now these are the waist darts, and we were talking about what we call them. I called them diamond darts, which I know is not the official name. Waist darts is one of the official names. Fisheye darts. Were there any more, Rosie, we thought of?
Double-ended.
Double-ended. Sounds like a sword. Double-ended darts. Has anyone else got any ideas of what these things are called? But basically what they're doing is they're adding shaping in to the waist. So this, you can make a version which doesn't have the shaping. This has got the shaping here, and what it means, it's harder to show on this because this mannequin is too small for this. I wonder if it's easier to see on me. But it's giving there is still a bust dart, so we've obviously got bust dart shape. So whereas that would allow for that, but what the waist dart does, it then brings it in below the bust dart. So, and the same at the back, so it just gives it more shape, and I think it's a bit more of a vintagey look. And for me, it means it's sort of easier to tuck in and things, that sort of thing. So yeah, right, enough chat about that. Let's start. So interesting, Rosie has given me this wonderful tool which I've never seen before. I thought it was some sort of chopstick, but it's not. It is a ruler used for quilting, and I'm going to use it to mark my darts lines. So I wouldn't always mark my dart lines if it was just a regular bust dart. Depends how lazy I'm feeling. But for waist darts, fisheye darts, whatever we call them, I definitely would. So I've got them marked out already. So when you mark a fisheye dart, waist dart, I don't know what to call them. You basically, the top, the bottom, and then the width. So you can draw those lines to make the diamond shape. So that's what we're going to do on the wrong side, using a fabric pen that will disappear with heat. And then I'm just going from the cross to the cross. And then again across here. Oopsies, it's moved. This is great, really handy. I like it. And I've put nails on today that are a little bit longer. They're not my usual stick-on nails that I use. And they're a bit longer. Really like them. I think that one's upside down actually. That hand's better. But because they're longer, I'm finding like picking up pins and flat things are hard. So this is proving to be really useful, because I think if I had a big pattern master, it would be hard for me to pick up with these nails. Put them on specially for you guys. So sort of wanted to make sure that I had decent nails, because they do not look good at the moment. It is so amazing. In fact, I went to the theatre last night. So I've done one and I'm now going to do the other. And we went to see something called Noises Off, which was brilliant, in the West End. And I'd quickly, most of you probably will know that I'm setting up a flower farm. So I've been out on the field doing that. So of course I had dirty nails, and I had to quickly sort myself out. And we drove in, and I sat in the car and I stuck them on in the dark. I literally gave myself a manicure in the car, and that is why I love these so much, so that I had decent nails for the theatre and decent nails for today with you. So let me show you those two that I've done there. So I've got them two in the back. Can you see? There we go. And then we've also got them in the front. So I'm going to do those. So I'm going to do all my marking, and then we'll do all our sewing. Okay. And then we might as well mark our bust darts as well, because we've got bust darts in there too. So if you were doing the version without these, you'd still have your bust dart, because you still need shaping in for the bust. So you'd only have the 2 darts to do at the bust. Okay. That's another one. Another person in Canada. Hello in Canada. Hello, hello, hello. So we are getting ourselves incredibly organised here. Jemima has been getting everything all ready for our knit and stitch show, which I think is possibly the earliest we have ever started to get ready. So wonderfully organised. And so the knit and stitch show, I don't know if it's called that, or is it called the Stitch Festival? Stitch Festival, it's rebranded. That is at the Business Design Centre in Angel in London, so quite near to King's Cross. That's at the end of March, so we're going to be there, and we have got the biggest almighty stand we're very excited about. So I hope that some of you in here in the UK will be coming along. So, oh no, I said bus starts. We're almost there, guys. I'll just carry on waffling about what we're doing whilst I do the next bus start. So bus starts, going from the 2 notches to the point, and drawing that in. So yes, so we're going to that. Meanwhile, we've got our newest pattern, Rosie. That'll be out obviously before then, and our March pattern.
It is.
It is. It is. And we've also got some nice fabric to be taking there as well. Is it? Haven't we? Our Gabriella, will that be back?
Gabriella, and then potentially
some brand newbies. I'm just checking that because Rosie's is the boss with all the dates. So, but yeah, so hopefully some newbies. But Gabriella, that lovely stitched print that literally just went whoosh. Are we bringing it back before then? It's online now. Wonderful. I thought I was going to say, I'm going to annoy people otherwise if I say, oh, it's coming, but it's not now. I'm sure Rosie's finding you a link at the moment, but it is gorgeous, and so many of us have made something out of it. It's colourful but wearable for winter because it's got, you can wear tights and things with it. It's really very versatile viscose. Okay, so that is now, I've done bust starts as well. Can you see? So now I'm going to pin. Pinny pin pin. How annoying is this pin dish? I don't know what has happened to it, but we've got a whole batch of them like this. And there's something wrong with the magnet, and I don't know if you can correct it, but basically the pins, it looks like some sort of lethal trap, but the pins won't sit on it properly. Very annoying. So you go in there and you fear for your life. You're going to stab your hand. So right sides together, let's just do this bust start first, and then we'll pin a diamond dart. I'm sorry, I really should say one now. If you're not English and I'm using all these different names, you'll be thinking, why is she saying a different word? Is that a different thing? It's very annoying, isn't there, when there's different words? Because there's often American words of sewing things, and then American English, and then English. I wonder if that's true in other languages, that you've got multiple ways of saying the same thing. Like we have overlocker and serger. That would be an example. Right, so that's pinned. Right, so then let's do these waist starts. So I'm going to start by making sure that the middle pot crosses, they're going together. So I'm going to go through the fabric like that with the pin, and I'm just going to adjust that other layer just so it's really perfectly lined up. There we go. And put that through. Now, Rosie, is this one earmarked for anyone, or am I allowed to finish this one and keep it?
That one's for Alma.
I thought it was for Alma. Oh, now that I've worn the Lilian, I'm now like thinking I really want more. I'd like a viscose gingham one. I don't know if like obviously you can get gingham in like cotton, lightweight cotton, which is lightweight cotton is fine, or cotton lawn is fine for Lilian and makes it a lot easier. But is it possible to get viscose gingham? I'm gonna go on a hunt for that. I think that would be nice. Right, so just making sure that that's pinned and that the pins are going into the lines on both sides. Okay. And then thinking as well about the directions of the pins as when you're sewing, so making sure that the pins are going to be easy to take out as you're sewing. Rather than pin everything and then have loads of pins, I'm just going to stitch these two. So I'll just start off and just quickly do this bust dart, And then I'm going to do the other darts. Oops, a daisy. Fallen at the first hurdle and I've caught this at the back. I thought I was making something for Alma, but then I saw this and I thought, oh, sugary pink polka dot. I don't know if that would be something she'd like. But she will add her own amazing twist to it, I'm sure. So remembering with bust darts, you're not going to reverse at the end. We're going to stitch straight off. And that is going to be true of the waist darts as well. I'm not going to reverse at the start or at the bottom. I am going to just kind of grade on and come off, and then I'm going to tie them at the top and at the bottom so that we get a nice point. So I always like to put a horizontal pin at the top of where the dart point is, or the end, just by making sure I'm starting really accurately. And I'd go as far as lowering the needle into the fabric so that they're easier said than done. There we go, into the fabric, so we're really right on the edge there. And just start off by going slowly because it's a very fine and you're close to the edge there. And you want to make sure that you really, until there's more fabric feeding through under the presser feet, you need to make sure that you've got it in the right position. It's not sliding around too much. So take it slowly, taking your pins out as you cut to them. And then when you get to that first cross, I would stop, put the needle in right at the middle of the cross, and then lift up and slightly pivot down so that you get that nice sharp point. Okay, so we're coming close to the end. Pull that out, and that's it stitched. Great, so we can now tie those ends down, not down, together. I'm going to tie them together like that, and then do my little nifty trick with my pin, pushing that in, so pushing that down towards the fabric and tightening as I go. And then you can just leave a little centimetre. And if you look at, sometimes when you're looking ready to wear garments, you'll see that they have also done this technique. Depends on whether, how well they're manufactured, but it is something that's still used in manufacturing. Especially if it's lined, I find that it's usually, they have a loop in between the lining and the fabric, so you can, you know, it's almost the lining strengthens it, so you tend to get that sort of technique. So I think the fear in manufacturing is that a knot like that is not going to hold. And they have all sorts of machines that can do, you know, stitching on the spot instead. Or anyway, I digress. So that is now stitched, but we need to do some ironing. But I'm going to go and do the other ones, and then we can do the ironing all together, so it makes sense just to do it all together. So I didn't put a horizontal pin at the bottom of the dart on the other one. I'll do that one and that one. So let's talk about what we've got coming up at Sewoverit. We have knit and stitch show, another pattern, but obviously we're here talking about one pattern. You'd be like, whoa, let's just get involved with this one first.
We've got a treat tomorrow.
Oh, a treat tomorrow, yeah.
So say sign up to the newsletter. Sign up to the
newsletter. Another reason. So your treat coming tomorrow, a really good one. And in case you've missed it somewhere along the grapevine, when you sign up to our newsletter, you get a free pattern. And it's an amazing free pattern. It's not like a really simple half pattern. It's a proper skirt Bye. It's a proper skirt pattern, the ruby skirt. Beautifully done up pockets, nice little elasticated detail at the back. It's fab, very, very wearable. So,
very start of March.
a new stitch next week, new stitch school class. Wonderful.
That's soon.
Rosie's like, oh, that's going to come round quickly. Better get editing. Yeah, because we said we were going to do, we have done a tea and a chat relatively recently though, haven't we?
Yeah, we're going to do one in a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks, okay. So because we kind of fell off the tea and the chat wagon, but those are our videos that we do that round up what we're doing. So if you're a bit like, I can't keep on top of what you guys are doing, you can watch our tea and a chat and you can find out all the news, what's been and what's coming. Oops. Oh, that was stupid. I've moved it. I've had it tightened and then I accidentally slipped and pushed it up. Let's tighten it again. Right, I need to do another bust start. We're winning though, we're getting there. I have also, we've got this gorgeous fabric that I very selfishly bought. Occasionally I buy a selfish fabric for everybody, but usually if I like it, other people will also like it. But this was very selfish. I bought this fabric because I so want to have a ultimate t-shirt in it. And it's like a slightly ribbed cotton jersey. It's so lovely, it's so pretty, and I thought I'd wear it with dungarees. I think it looked really nice, or with jeans. And I also then, so I'm making one of these, so I'll hopefully get that sewn up in the next few days, and we'll pop it up on the Instagram, but the Instagram account. But I also thought it'd be really nice as pajamas. I mean, I'm going to not wear it as pyjamas, but it'd be nice if you could, if there was fabric left, but then I think, oh, I better not do that because then I'll take all the fabric from you. But how nice would it be as a pyjama set with Hubie leggings? Very nice. So, and you could make the Hubie leggings slightly looser if they're pyjamas. So I now want to have it matchy-matchy, but I think it's a really pretty fabric. And then again, I'm sure Rosie will pop a link up to it soon. We have still got some left. So just doing the other bust start. There we go. And then I've just got 2 waist starts to do at the back as well. What's the total amount of sew-alongs we've now done, Rosie? I love I know, I love to check in with that every few months.
Let's have a look. It must be in the hundreds, right?
Oh no, yeah, it was definitely 120 or something like that. Shall we ask everyone to have a guess?
Yes.
Let's see. If anyone guesses it right, can they have a prize?
Yeah.
Yeah?
PDF pattern?
But that means you can't quickly count them though. So you've got to put your answers in now in the next like 30 seconds. And if anyone gets it right, PDF pattern.
Yeah, so if you say go and then stop, and anyone can say in within that scale.
Okay, go. Got 137, 131, 129, 36. It's like the races, 134. We got another number. We got another number. 123, 147, 136.
That's good that it's not that easy to find.
Rosie can't find it. 135, another 134, 133. Shall I say stop?
Stop.
Okay, stop. No more. Okay, these poor people that stop. No more after Mary. James thinks it's 156. So I'm going to carry on pinning.
I'm going to try and find a definitive.
And Rosie's going to find a definitive answer. And we've still got all the answers in there, haven't we? In the so whoever's got, if someone didn't get it exactly, whoever got the closest wins a free PDF pattern. Oh, that was a bit of a spontaneous competition. I like that. Makes sewing darts more fun. Now, that they are a good thing. Good things can come out of bad things. Right, line that one up. Line that up. Oh, the suspense.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going by what are in our Sewalong playlists on YouTube.
Have we got multiple playlists?
Yeah.
Oh, that's maybe
Which is-
helps us sort of think we must organise our YouTube.
Yes. Yeah. Is
Drum roll.
115.
115. I think there's more than that,
It's a
Rosie.
bit of a red herring then when you said at least.
Yeah. I think there's more.
I think there's more than that. Hang on.
That's not the definitive answer yet. We're just double checking.
Let's see. Oh, whoa.
Yes, more, Rosie. The person who got close to 115 will be getting really excited, but don't get excited because I don't think you've won.
Okay, we've got a new. I've managed to find a list of everything we've done live.
Yeah, they're all live, but not yeah.
So there might be some extra if we've done anything else live in there. Like,
What else would we have done? We haven't done anything else
we
live.
did like our birthday party thing. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, there was only, do you remember for our 10th birthday party, I did a live party by myself and
In
with my
which case,
wardrobe.
Have we got anyone on the money?
There was the live.
So you need to take that one off.
So, and the sew along isn't on the big sew off isn't on
Big
there.
sew off, yeah.
No, the sew off shouldn't count.
So someone got one off.
Ah, someone got one off. Was it the 157 person?
156. So it's 157, and then Jane.
Sorry,
gets
we're talking about how many sew-alongs we have done, and Jane got it.
Yeah.
156.
100. It was 157.
157 we have done of these. Wow. Jane, you have won yourself a free PDF pattern. What should Jane do?
Could you email us?
Email.
Info at, and I will.
Jane, email us an info at, and we will sort out your free pattern. Ah, Jane Brettle. I think that was you, yes. Wonderful. Well done, Jane. Yeah, and also well done us. Because that's a lot, isn't it? That is a lot. I mean, do we have we have like 160 patterns or 70 or something, don't we?
Yeah.
So, wow, amazing. Oh, Jane's really happy. I feel like when you win these sorts of things, I never win anything, this sort of thing. So I think it's always really special. It doesn't really matter how big or small the prize is. Winning is a nice feeling, isn't it? I got very excited at the Christmas thing due at Jasmine's school because I won something in the raffle. And I think it was just something I could have bought myself from the supermarket. But, you know, just a box of chocolates or whatever, but felt special. So we are coming off the end. So we're on diamond dart number 3. Waist dart number 3, just coming off the end there. And we're just going to tie those ends into a knot. Okay. And one more. Okie dokie. Last one, and then it's Mr. Iron time. So how are we doing for time? Half an hour. don't know if we're going to get the sleeves in, are we? We'll probably just get the side seams done. But that's what we'll aim for. We'll press our darts and we'll get the side seams done. And I know that Alma did the sew along for the ruby skirt, didn't she? So we have the ruby skirt that we were talking about that is free to subscribers to the newsletter. There is a sew along for that. That was the last sew along we did, because I was about to say, oh, we've not done one for ages, but we have. I just haven't done one for ages. I did one at home and I think I had internet problems, or I recall, out in the countryside with hopeless internet. So at the point now of the dart, the middle of the dart, needle down, pivot and down. And I'm feeding that pen line through the middle of my presser foot. That's how I'm keeping it accurate. And off we come. Right. Okay. So this is a polyester crepe. Do we have any of it left?
A very small amount. We've got 2.5 meters.
Oh, we've got 2.5 meters.
That's one Lilian Blouse.
One Lilian Blouse.
I can spot it.
Ah, so this will go up in a link soon. So, but because it is a polyester crepe, you are not going to want to have too much heat on that because it could melt. This is leaking. Let's put it on steam. The problem I find though with irons is if you don't have the temperature high enough. He's not hot. We need to chat whilst he's getting hot. Whilst he's getting hot under the collar and excited. If you don't have the iron at the right heat, the steam doesn't work, does it? Very annoying. Not a cotton fabric, or are we talking about something else? I don't know I don't want to see that comment and confuse matters if there's been a chat about it. I'm wearing viscose, just so you know, and this that I'm making is polyester. Unfortunately, a lot of crepes are often polyester because, the other alternative for crepe is silk. There are though now, you can get tencel crepes, and I guess you can get viscose crepes, but they're more viscosey than crepey. Right. Not yet. It's not yet warmed up. I don't know why it's taking so long. Oh! My fault. I realised I hadn't turned him up properly. Just wait there. Be ready soon. I've got this iron at home actually, and it's great for sewing, but my gosh, is it annoying for normal ironing. Because you know when you're sewing, you're often doing little bits, and it's really great to not have it cordless. But when you're ironing sheets, it's hopeless because you're ironing constantly big things, and it basically keeps needing to be charged. So I've now got it as my sewing iron. He's also dripping a lot, but anyway. Right, let's just go in, Lisa. Stop waffling, start ironing. We are going to press the darts. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm pressing the darts at the back towards the middle. Just checking that is correct. Generally, the rule is on waist darts is they go towards the back. So if you're in the back, they'll go towards the centre back, and if you're at the front, they'll go towards the side seams. There we go. Now crepe is rather frustrating in that when you press it, it tends to bounce back, but it's still worth pressing because you are putting in, you're not going to get it completely flattened down on the fabric that you would if it was a cotton or a viscose, but it is still sharpening up that seam, and that's the main thing, that it's not going to be all bouncy on the right side. So usually with crepe I'll press it from this side and then I'll flip it over and I'll just check what it's looking like on the other side in case it's still looking a bit bouncy. Yeah, and you also, it's annoying, you know, when you get that, when you basically get a crease line in there, I do not want that, so I'm just going to, I've used this fabric before and I know it can cope with being pressed from this side without going shiny, without compressing the fibres, so I'm going to just be a bit daring and do it from the right side. But I would definitely recommend using a pressing cloth if you're not sure whether your fabric will mark from being ironed from that side. Lovely, that looks so much better. Lovely, neat, sharp darts. So we're just going to do the same on the front. So the bust dart goes down towards the waist, and then the waist darts go towards the side seam. And all your pen lines, if you've used a fixer pen, fixer, what are they called? Can't remember what they're called. Anyway, these sorts of pens, they disappear straight away once you iron them. And just flipping that one over again, checking it from the right side, making sure it's really fully opened. And then again on the start. So there is a lot of darts to do. That's 6, isn't it? 6 darts if you're going for this version. But I quite like doing darts, I have to say. I think it's one of my favourite things to sew. No idea why, but I really like them. I find them really satisfying. I like doing the little knots. I like the fact that, you know, they line up nicely. I like the fact that they don't take too long. It's probably one of the reasons, you know me, I like things done far too quickly. What's that funny noise?
Sorry. It's me opening things.
Oh yeah! So, just open it loudly, it's fine. So I was like, there was this little noise, it sounded like a little tear. And it was just Jemima trying to open something really quietly. You never know how much of the noise from the rest of the office is picked up. Oh look, we can't try it on yet completely, but we can give you context. So obviously you're going to be like, oh, it's not fair. You've done the collar already, but those darts we've done together. There we go. So I'm going to have quickly put the side seams together, so at least we've got that done, and then we've that'll probably be a good point to stop. So this actually hasn't been overlocked, so I think we'll have to overlock them together afterwards. So line up your top of your side seam, which is where your underarm is. Okay, so from the top there to the bottom, so always start at the top of a garment, work towards the hem. We always do that just in case there's any discrepancy. It's far more important that things line up at the top than at the hem. So our seam allowance, I should have said, is 5/8 of an inch. Seam allowances at Sew and Sewoverit patterns are generally, bring this nearer to me and then you'll see more, 5/8 of an inch or 1.5 centimetres, unless and it's at a neckline. And the reason we do that is necklines are often curved and it's hard to get a really nice curve, and for this, you know, if you've got a big seam allowance. It's much easier if the seam allowance is smaller. So if you haven't yet had a look on Instagram, do have a look on Instagram at the Lilian Blouses, because our pattern insiders have made some lovely ones, and I'm sure there'll be some people that aren't pattern insiders that have already made some. So that's SOI Lilian Blouse, and you can see you can still follow hashtags, can't you? Yeah. So you can follow. I recommend doing that actually. You can follow hashtags on Instagram, which means if you follow the hashtag sewoverit, then you're going to see anything, all the things that anyone who's made that has tagged it, so hashtag sewoverit. So it's not just our stuff you're going to see, that, you know, our feed. You're going to see all sorts of things. So if you have a pattern that you really love and you know that you want to see lots of it, you can just search for the hashtag and then follow that hashtag, and then it should, although who knows, because Instagram likes to control the change the algorithms all the time, but it should then show you in your feed those particular hashtags. So yeah, I always recommend following the hashtag sewoverit. It's amazing as well because you just see so many things. I mean, it's just populated with thousands and thousands of makes, and that is the best way if you're nervous about choosing fabric that's suitable for a pattern. Oh, damn it, sorry, that's unthreaded. If you're nervous about that, which I think especially at the beginning, that is one of the hardest things, harder than the actual sewing, is choosing the fabric and trying to visualize it. And once you've made a few things, you'll get better at visualizing what they're going to look like. So you'll be able to go into a shop or go online and see fabric, and you'll be able to, in your mind's eye, visualize what that's going to look like in that pattern. But that takes a lot of practice to do that. So in the meantime, as you're learning, or even if you know how to do that already, but you still want to see some inspiration of how people are styling things, or maybe you've got your eye on that fabric and someone else has made it out of that, then you can have a look at the hashtag. I really think it's just all that knowledge, all that sort of inspiration is just there for free on Instagram, and you're all providing each other with it. So you're feeding into it as when you share your things. And just think, every time you share something, you might be helping out someone else make a decision of what fabric to use. And I love that about the sewing community online, that we're basically all just helping each other become better sewers together. It's lovely.
Just sewed the back fisheye darts and not the front.
Oh, okay.
And that was quite nice, just gave them like a little semi-fitted.
Oh, nice idea. One of the pattern insiders sewed the back fisheye darts, but not the front. So if you want the shaping to be in the back, or just to be slightly shaped and not overly shaped. I think that would also depends on your shape, because some people don't want to have the shaped, or maybe they, you know, that you've got your tummy isn't no, if you've got a shapely tummy but you want to have some fitting, you might not want to put them in there, but or you want to have it loose around your tummy but you want to have it fitted at the back.
Yeah,
I think that'd be quite nice actually, because I do know it's nice when you can, and although you won't appreciate it because you can't see it, I always think fitting at the back is really lovely, and it's a way of giving the illusion that you're wearing a fitted garment even though you're not. I don't think I explained that very clearly, but yeah, great idea. This is a reason why, you know, searching those hashtags, people have often tried it out already, because that's another thing, someone's tried it out already, so save you the effort. If you look at it and go, well, that's not what I wanted it to look like, so I'm not going to do that. Saves you time. Right, trying on time, side seams are done, so all that is left to do now is put the sleeves in, and then hem and buttonholes. And there we have it, the Lilian blouse. Really quite easy. I didn't really talk about the level. I'd say this is intermediate, but am I allowed to say that? intermediate.
Yeah, only the colour is
But I wouldn't say it was very hard when we were deciding, because I think we were like, oh, is it confident beginner? Is it intermediate? It's definitely on the beginner side of intermediate. So this is the collar, which is slightly more involved, but it really is quite an easy make. So I hope that you enjoyed watching that. I loved being back here with you all, having a nice sew along. We'll be back again. We've got the next pattern in March. We'll be back for a sew along, won't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
it'll be towards the end of March.
Towards the end of March, we'll have another sew along, but that's the next live thing. But of course, the channel is full of other things that aren't live that we keep putting up. So do make sure that you subscribe. Press that button wherever it is, at the bottom, I think, or is it at the top? Never know. Press it. Also give us a thumbs up, because that helps us be found by other people as well. Okay. That's it. Thank you to everyone for today. Thank you for joining in the chat. Thanks to Rosie for answering all the questions. And thank you to Jemima for opening the envelope quietly. Bye.